Hello everyone, welcome to this week's edition of CANrace. I'm Bryce Turner alongside Stephen Ellis and Caitlin Patrick, where the headline race today here at the Honda Indy Toronto is the IndyCar race, and we'll have a couple of notable results at the bottom of our screen. Still waiting for it to start, weather threatening, but still a good turnout, a lot of the fans. And we're going to talk about the headliner from yesterday, the NASCAR Pinty series, where Kevin Lacroix took the victory. And Caitlin, you have a bit more on that.
Yeah, Bryce, so this was the 7th out of 12 road course races that he has competed in. He has won 5 straight road courses, and his third win this season, Motorsport, iCar, and Toronto now. He led 29 of 35 laps yesterday. We really need to crown this guy king of the road courses. Get him a crown, please.
LP Dumoulin came home second, and that was a strong finish, his second podium of the season. And for the Dumoulin competition team, where his brother JF also finished 5th, he says that he's looking forward to the Western Swing since they have a good oval program, but that this is a good step forward in their road program as well.
And another guy who's doing really well on the road is definitely Marc-Antoine Cameron. So he's a guy that used to race full-time in this series, only raced one race last year, and then came to 22 Racing this year to fill in a bunch of the road courses for the 22 car for 22 Racing. And he came 3rd place in iCar and looked really fast throughout practice. In fact, he was my pick to win the race in Toronto. And he was battling up the front with Kevin Lacroix all race long, and with 6 laps to go, he found himself in the tire barrier at turn 3, and it ruined the rest of his day. That was tough, but one of the reasons why we did see Cameron and Lacroix go back at it was because we did see Andrew Ranger and Alex Tagliani get into an accident really early on lap 6 actually. Funny enough, with the 6 laps to go we saw an accident, but 6 laps into the race we saw Tagliani dive bomb into Andrew Ranger and spin out Ranger as a result. You know what, it was a nice racing move, and it was 2 guys competing for the first place position, and you know, Toronto's a hard track to pass. You want to take any opportunity you can, and you know what, I know Ranger's team was definitely upset, and they have reason to be, but at the same time, you know what, that's how racing goes. It's aggressive, and at this track, you got to take every advantage you get.
And so those were some of the top contenders throughout the day, but a driver that you didn't really hear about till the finish was Adam Andretti.
Yeah, that's right. Adam Andretti, he was the first American to be on a Pinty's podium since 2010. He was driving for the 22 Racing team owned by 4-time champion Scott Steckley. And he actually started in the back, dead last, because he missed the driver's meeting yesterday.
But able to bounce back for that 3rd place result. So it was certainly an exciting race, lots of close battles for the lead throughout. And that was the headliner on Saturday. As for the point standings, how that affects that, Lacroix's lead his win helps him in the standings, having a 13 point lead now over 2nd place Alex Labbe. 30 points back is LP Dumoulin, who's in 3rd. Ranger is 4th, 34 back. And Kaden Lapsevich, the defending series champion, in 5th in the standings now, 36 points behind. And the pivotal Western Swing will be coming up, and we'll talk about that coming up in a moment. But first, our feature for the day, and that's talking about the Micks Motorsports drivers, a mix of young drivers and veterans running part-time, full-time for the 2-car operation. And here's our profile on Micks Motorsports.
I'm Matthew Scannell. I'm from Rockwood, Ontario. I'm driving the number 02 Omvik Leland Industries Ford this year for Micks Motorsports. This year, me and Mark Tilley are doing a sort of a team go at the whole season. He's running the ovals and I'm running the road courses, and that's our plans for this year in 2017.
You won Rookie of the Year in 2014, but had some bad luck in 2015 and only ran a few events last year, and then all in the number 56. Now you're joining Micks Motorsports with the 02. How does it feel to be racing with this team?
Yeah, so far it's been a great experience. Having the cars up at their shop, they got some good resources up there. It's just awesome to be able to work with new people and get more people having ideas on the car. So yeah, all in all, so far throughout the season, we've really enjoyed working with Micks Motorsports and all the people on their team.
How has it been working with veterans like Mark and Karrie?
It definitely helps. They're definitely good to get advice from. Kerry's really good to have around for these road courses. He won some races on some of the street courses, and he's got more experience than I do. So I'll always take advice from somebody like that. And Dilly, yeah, he's got a lot of advice to give out too, a lot of good advice, a lot of experience. So, yeah.
What are your goals for this season?
We're doing the road courses, so basically what we want to do, obviously, I would love to win a race, love to finish as well as we can. We're pretty happy with the way the car was handling last week at the iCar, and I think we got a pretty good handle on the road course setup for Mosport and for the street courses. So I'd like to at least get in the top 10s and definitely looking for top 5s, just get up there and sort of give this team what they deserve.
What is your favorite thing about road course racing?
The thing I like about road course racing is you're always sort of racing yourself kind of thing. I mean, when you're around cars, you're racing the other cars and the other drivers, but if you're out there on a long run and you're spread out by yourself, you have to race yourself and constantly be on yourself to hit your marks and make every corner perfectly. So that's what I like about it.
All right, Matthew, thank you and good luck this season.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I'm Adam Martin, and our plan, we're hoping to run the full series of the NASCAR Pinty series.
And where are you from?
I'm from Ayr, Ontario.
How was your rookie campaign so far?
It's been pretty good. We haven't had much luck lately. We've had a couple mechanicals in the last couple races, so hoping to change that today and have a good result.
What has been the biggest challenge so far?
I think just getting to the different tracks and trying to adapt to them quickly.
How has it been working with the Micks Motorsports crew and veterans like Kerry and Mark?
It's been really good. They've been really good helping me along and teaching me all the things that they know.
Did you get a lot of advice from them?
Yeah, they've been really good and giving me everything they can and trying to show me everything that they've done.
And how much has that helped in road courses, for instance, where you're not as familiar with?
It's been a big help, just trying to adapt to the different tracks and having them, they've ran the tracks before, so they know all the little ins and outs of them.
What are your goals for this season?
I think have good season. Hopefully we can maybe get Rookie of the Year. It'd be a good goal.
And even talking about last year, you had a few strong results on the ovals. How does that momentum help with your confidence for going to the oval races this year?
It's a big help knowing that I'm able to run up front with all the veterans, and yeah, it's a big help.
All right, Adam Martin, thank you.
Thank you.
It's Kerry Micks from Mount Albert, Ontario. I'm owner of the 9 and the 02 Pinty's NASCAR teams, and yeah, we're running the full season with both cars this year, which is a first for Micks Motorsports. So yeah, we're hoping that we can keep going with both teams for other than just this year.
What do you think of your driver lineup for this year?
Oh, it's great. We had Mark Dilley, which we've been partners for a long time, and also Adam Martin. We've bringing him up from street stocks all the way up through into this division, and this is the first year that Adam's ran a full year, so he's running for Rookie of the Year, and then just try to better himself as a driver for next year. Matthew Scannell is with Omvik, and he's racing 4 races this year. So yeah, no, we've got a full lineup for the full year, and hopefully, we can keep going with those sponsors.
And what about, I know you used to run the road courses. Do you plan on hopping in the car at all this year?
Wow, that's just one of the things. That's why I said 4 races for Matthew. He might do 5, or I might do 1. We're just gonna wait and see how it pans out. But yeah, I might be in there for Charvier. We'll just see what happens.
So how hard is it for you not to be in the race car right now?
Oh, it's hard. We've had a long racing career, 32 years, and you can't do it forever. So I just got to be smart, and obviously I'm still in the sport, and I love the sport. So we'll just keep doing what we're doing and go from there.
How much advice have you given Matthew and Adam?
Well, Matthew, he's a little bit different. He's got his dad's support, and his dad's helping him. I advise him of a few things that I see, and but with Adam, he's pretty well been with us this is our 4th year, like I said, and I've been pretty well his coach right from the beginning. So he's came a long ways. If you would have seen Adam when he first started, he was he's gained a lot. So I'm pretty happy with how far he's got. Like, we're going to races tracks this year that he's never even seen. So it's hard. It's not easy to come with these caliber drivers to be able to come in and compete up front. So, but he's doing very well. I'm happy with his progress.
And what you hope to accomplish this season?
Well, whatever we can. We're doing our best. And like I said, we're going to compete and do all the races. So if Adam can get Rookie of the Year, that's going to be a good accomplishment, and just happy with that.
All right, Kerry Micks, thank you for speaking with me.
Okay, thank you.
Coming up next on the schedule will be the Western Swing, which will be a bit different this year, with the Saskatoon race being split into a twin feature, so 2 100-lap races, and Edmonton, which was previously before, will now follow 3 days afterwards. So what are we looking forward to for the Western Swing?
So the Western Swing will always bring a lot of drivers that won't come to the East, and will kind of make it competitive out there. And that's always good, because you get some teams that will do just the 3 races, because it is in a short period of time, and that makes it for some new competition. But 2 guys that I mentioned earlier that I think really need to kind of get their seasons back on track are Alex Tagliani and Andrew Ranger. For Tagliani, he did win the race at Edmonton last year and had been pretty good, and could have won the championship had it not been for missing the very first race of the year due to the Indy 500. This time, though, he doesn't have the excuse of missing a race, and he isn't doing as well as he should be. He hasn't really shown the speed, and after recovering for a little bit after the issue where he did wreck Ranger and having to take a penalty, he never really kind of showed his speed again, and we haven't really seen the best out of Tagliani this year, which I think is disappointing for him, and I know it's probably bothering him. But then Andrew Ranger, that's a guy who came 2nd place and was actually in the last lap of Most Sport was leading. He's been close a couple times this year, came 2nd in ICAR, and probably could have won the race yesterday had it not been for that accident early on. So those are 2 guys that really kind of need to get their seasons on track, and they both have the ability to do it.
Should be lots of fun for sure, and we'll have a special edition of CANrace, or rather on a special day next week rather than Wednesday. It will be posted on Tuesday as we look ahead to that Western Swing, asking a few drivers about the changes. So that's coming up on next week's show. And that will do it for this week's edition of CANrace. Alongside Caitlin Patrick and Stephen Ellis, I'm Bryce Turner. Have a great day.